So good morning, you guys. Good morning. Um, let's actually just start with our eyes closed this morning, and we'll pull our awareness inside. As I, good morning, Kim. Welcome. Um, as I sent out in the email this morning, just we're gonna sort of theme our class today a little bit on. Actually, on the mythic archetype Shiva Nataraja, who's the dancer. And Shiva Nataraja, who's right here, is really represents the dance of life. So this dance of creation, sustaining, and dissolution. And I just am sharing this with you because I've had such powerful experiences this last couple of weeks of, as we're doing this work of raising our awareness and being able to see the higher perspective. When we truly do that, we can start seeing when the patterns or the things in our lives keep happening over and over. If we can start to realize that we've created those, then we have the power to shift them and change them. But this is not like something easy to do, so I'm not just like throwing it out there, but it's powerful. So I wanted to share, and it just brought to mind Shiva Nataraja, who is the dancer and shows us that we're the creators in our life. So we're just going to come into our practice today with that, like, oh wow, like even on your mat, like, what do you want to create? What do you want to let go of? What sustains you, right? The breath is something that sustains all of us. The body, sustenance, okay? So as you keep turning your awareness inside, you might just feel into an area of your life that you're like, this kind of keeps playing out. And maybe it's just something that plays out in your mind. But oftentimes we start seeing it in our lives, something that plays out. And usually it's at that point we're really ready to shift it, but it shows itself the most strongly. So you might just kind of feel into that in your own life. What's present for you right now? And then just find your breath in this moment and feel your body. Notice where your attention is. And as you start to deepen your in-breath and lengthen your out-breath, notice where there's tension in your body. Maybe there's a place that's not feeling ease, like you spoke of, Sarah. Like, just inquire. Not that you've created that. But I think it's an empowering place to be, to sort of be in the inquiry, get the higher perspective. What can this show me? Right? Usually when something keeps playing out, we haven't gotten it yet. I can attest to this the last couple of weeks. But I think I got it. So just a few more breaths, settling inside. I'm going to do a really sweet chant this morning. It's chanting to Shiva, and really it's just chanting to, I don't like to look at these archetypes as things outside of me, but my own process. So you can look at this Nataraja, the dancer, as the process of creation, sustaining and destroying. Simple Om Namah Shivaya. One more. From your belly. Just take a moment and feel the residue of the sound just permeating through your muscles, your tissues, your bones. The vibratory quality of sound. And then we're going to take another big breath in and follow the exhale all the way out to the tail end. And we're going to do some Kapalabhati breathing, you guys, so you can stretch your arms out at about a 45-degree angle. And we'll just fold the first 4 fingers in so the thumbs are sticking out. And you want to have your awareness right here at your navel center. So we're exhaling, the belly pulls in, right? Inhale, exhale. The focus is on the exhale. Okay, so here we go. We'll do it about a minute and then take a pause and then we'll do one more round. Okay, so inhale, nice full breath in, strong arms, and begin slow pumping. And you just find the right pace for you. It might be slower. Some people like to go more rapidly. Just find that right essence pace for you. Keep going. Little smile on the face. Keep your attention high. Almost there. A couple more breaths. Finish out your next exhale all the way. Press the breath out. Inhale, take a full breath in, and we'll just bring the thumbs together, open the palms, hold the breath. And then on the exhale, slowly bring your arms back down, touch the floor. Take a breath or two here. And then one more round. Inhale. Reach the arms up, fold the fingers in, keep the thumbs sticking out, arms strong, deep breath in. And here we go. Keep your attention at your third eye center. Keep breathing. Last few breaths. Inhale, bring the thumbs together, open up the palms, hold Mula Bandha for a breath or two. Exhale the arms all the way back down. Great, you guys, let's let the eyes open. We'll take a twist to the right, left hand onto the right knee. And then on your exhale, root down through your base and inhale, lengthen tall through the spine. And you're twisting from the right side, so you're actually moving from this right waistline. Eyes are steady to the right. Inhale back to the center, exhale to the other side. Again, take a moment to root down through the out breath and then inhaling, Extend each one of your vertebrae, finding a little more space and length. Exhale to the left. Stay with your breathing. So we're also cultivating this cyclical nature when we work with this archetype of creation, sustaining, and destroying. As every breath is an opportunity to recreate, sustain, and then release, dissolve. Inhale back to center. Good, you guys, let's come over onto our hands and knees. We'll take a breath or two here, just moving the spine in a couple of cat-cows. And see if you can move from the navel center. So just going to bring a little more focus into that third chakra today. A little more cultivating of core. You can just start here, inhaling. Exhale to the navel, navel to spine. One more breath, inhale. Look up. Exhale, curl and round. Now we're going to add in the leg here. Inhale, the right leg straight back behind. And exhale, squeeze your knee in towards your navel, chin towards chest. Inhale, radiate back out. Exhale, hug in. Pull into that navel center. Inhale, radiate back out. Last one on this side, in, squeeze in. Exhale, switch sides, left leg reaches back. Exhale, squeeze in. And keep going, inhale from the core. Exhale. So find your own rhythm pace here. Last one, reaching that left leg out. Exhale, squeeze into the belly. And then inhale, stretch your left leg out. Plant your toes down and we'll reach the right leg back and come into a plank pose here. And just take a couple of breaths. Good. Kind of moving back and forth, heels back and forth. And just start to bring that awareness. Pull in like you're sewing in all your energy into the navel. Then exhale, reach right back, downward dog. Let's just come into this first dog pose of the day. Move and stretch and feel. Feel your way through your body, legs, feet, all the way up into hips and pelvis. Relax your jaw. So we want to work this core energy today, not just from a physical perspective, right? But more also from an energetic place of being able to pull in and feel that place of empowerment in yourself. Pulling inside your own experience. Good, and then inhale, we'll walk the feet together, right leg reaches to the sky. And then on the exhale, step all the way through to a lunge, bring your back knee to the floor. And inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, let's bend the elbows and come into a cactus pose. Wake up the shoulders a little bit here. Loop those shoulders back, and from the rooting of the hips, we can start to lift up through the chest. And then stretch those arms out wide. Exhale, reach back, interlace the hands behind the back, and we'll just take a slight bow forward, just so you can work the navel a little more into the spine. Keep it there as you inhale, lift the chest, curl back. Couple of breaths here. This nice opening through the chest. Beautiful. And then exhale, we'll take the hands down and set the left hand down, reach the right arm up to the sky. So we'll take a few breaths here from the sacrum. Get nice and long and extended through the back of the skull, and exhale, gently turn. Open the heart, open the chest. And then on the exhale, release the hands. We'll lift the back leg and just walk on over to the other, almost to the other side. We'll just pause in the middle for a moment and take a forward fold here. Prasarita, Paruttanasana. And you just start to dance with your own breath here. We'll inhale, walk the hands back out, walk your hands over to the left, turning the left foot out, bring the back knee to the floor, and inhale, sweep the arms up. Again, we'll take that cactus with the arms. So keep the Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha, which is a slight tone of the lower belly, happening as you open the chest. So you're not just going into like this full-on lumbar opening. You want to keep some core awareness. Good. Stretch the arms nice and wide. So see if you can feel the connection from the heart space out through the fingers and beyond. Inhale. Exhale, bow forward. Take the right hand inside the foot, left arm up to the sky. Just starting with this modified twist. Nice, gentle spinal twist. So again, lengthening the whole back line of the spine. Shoulder blades float back as the heart opens. One more big in-breath. Exhale all the way out and inhale. Release the hands. Let's pick up the back leg again and we'll walk back over and just pause here in the moment. And spread the feet, toes. Inhale and exhale. Fold in. So sometimes life just gives us these little taps on the shoulder, right? And then other times it gives us these slam dunks. Sometimes taking us to our knees over and over and over until we realize that what our being is trying to understand. So you can just take that onto the mat here, just in a very simple way. Right? Inhale, walk back up. Exhale, come to the front of your mat and slide back to downward facing dog. Breathe. Nice, deep Ujjayi breaths. Just following each breath to its fullness and then following it all the way out to its dissolution, to its emptiness, and the space between. Great. And then let's inhale, take a plank pose. So lower the hips, bring the chest forward, and exhale, lower all the way down to your bellies. Point the toes. Inhale, come into a baby cobra. So we're going to take a couple of breaths here. And you're just going to move side to side in sort of a snake-like movement. Just working the shoulders open. But more than anything, getting that sense of burrowing the hips down into the ground. And starting to rise up from there. And then we'll just take a regular cobra. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower the hips. Press back. Let's come onto our hands and knees here. Walk the hands out in front and rest the forehead down. Settle in with a couple of deep breaths. Open up the upper back, shoulders, rhomboids. Great. And then inhale. We'll come back onto all fours, slide our way back to down dog, and breathe. So you're just going to energetically draw from the peripheral areas of your body in towards the core, navel and heart center. Just energetically pull inside. This is where we get to reflect. We get to sort of understand a little bit better. Good, and then walk the feet together, right leg to the sky. Hug those inner thighs and then bend the knee And without collapsing your left shoulder, you just want to start to open the hip as much as it'll go. Come to that first edge and breathe. Wait. Open. Relax the jaw. Great. And then step all the way through to a lunge. This time we'll come into a higher lunge. So you'll stay light on your fingertips. And line up the toes with your fingertips. And then go ahead and just move your hips a little side to side, front to back. You should just kind of feel the fluid, open flow of the hip area. So the creative flow begins here. Find your breath. And last breath or two, lift the chest forward as the heel goes back, lengthen. Great, let's take another twist, setting the left hand down, reach the right arm to the sky. So we're gonna sort of, today we're gonna go into a creative flow where we sort of keep coming back, but adding things. We keep coming back to the foundation, but simply adding and opening. One more big breath in, lengthen, exhale, gently twist, inhale, release, and then step all the way forward, halfway lift, inhale, exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Let go of your head and neck, inhale, look up, and exhale, we'll step the right leg back into a lunge. And once again, stabilize here. This is a place where we feel that kind of stability, sustenance, stabilization from hips to feet. Stay light on the fingertips. And then move a little bit, side to side, front to back. Keep that heart open, soft gaze. And we keep that higher perspective as we're moving through the body. And then set the right hand down, reach the left arm up to the sky. Yeah. Try to anchor that back foot, back leg as you extend through the crown. Breathe. Take one more big in-breath. Exhale, twist. Release the hands. We'll step all the way forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, a deep bow, deep honoring. Honoring of yourself and your process. Plug your feet in. Inhale, leading with the heart. Reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, the hands come right down to the heart center. Great, you guys, and we'll just find Samasthiti with the feet. Equal standing, hands lightly folded in front of the heart. And just take a moment here, allow your body to self-organize around the earth and sky connection, just feeling your body really as this conduit between the earth, the cosmos. Hands resting at this heart center where the two come together in the vertical and the horizontal. Let's come back to your breath. Take a deep breath in. Steady your attention in the solar plexus, heart, even up into the third eye. Deep breath in. Let's move through some Surya Namaskars together. Exhale, the arms down by our sides. Spin the arms externally. Inhale, reach all the way up to the sky. Exhale, either spread the arms or bring the hands down the center line as you fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, hands to the shins, halfway lift. Look up. Exhale, let's step both legs back, plank pose. Take an extra breath here. Inhale. And exhale, lower either knees to the floor or straight legs. Inhale, we'll slide right through to Bhujangasana. Heart open, back of the neck is free. Exhale, lower down. Press back, either straight legs or through the knees. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Start with that feeling of open and soften. Open and soften. This actually opens us to receive just the grace. Ultimately, just receiving grace. Relax your jaw. Great. And then bend the knees just a little bit. See if you can find a little more reach through the spinal column. And re-straighten the legs, re-straighten the arms. Take another deep breath in. Follow your exhalation all the way to the tail end until you feel that Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Slight tone of the navel. Look up between the hands. Lightly hop or step forward. Inhaling. Halfway lift. Exhale. Deep forward fold. Inhale. Sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. So just going to start to work that beginning, middle, and end of each breath, of each movement, right? And then it starts over again. So we'll begin that in this Surya Namaskar. Exhale, the arms down. Inhale, beginning, middle, end of the in-breath. Same thing with the out-breath. Beginning, middle, end. Feel the grounding. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back. Inhale, here. Exhale, lower. Feel the beginning, middle, and end of the movement, the Vinyasa. Beginning, middle, and end of the exhale, pulling back. Great. Take a few breaths here. You can start to feel like we're here in the middle of the Surya Namaskar. Right? Beginning, middle, and end of the sun salutation. Take another full in breath. Follow it all the way out to its ends. Look between the hands. You're going to start the beginning of the in breath as you hop or step forward. All the way to its end. Exhale. Dissolving back into the out breath. Inhale. Sweep the arms all the way up. Palms touch. Exhale. Good. Brushing the third eye, heart coming down to the solar plexus. We'll do one more Surya Namaskar. Yeah, you can even energetically work through anything in your life. You're ready to release anything that you're ready to recreate. Begin again. Exhale, step back plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling, come through, upward dog or cobra. On the exhale, press back and breathe. Long, full cycles of Ujjayi breath. Find a soft smile on your face. Let go of the unnecessary tension. Even the tension can teach us something, show us something. And then at some point, we let it go. Take another full deep breath in. And on the exhalation, look between the hands, lightly hop or step forward. Inhaling. Fill it up with breath again. Exhale, let it all go. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the sky. And exhale, let's take the hands right down to the center line. And then we're going to go right through to Utkatasana. We'll just touch the fingertips to the floor. Stick the butt out, move the pubic bone back, and really let that pelvic floor open up. And then keeping that sense of fluid flow, we drop the tail down and in as the arms come up by the ears. Look towards the thumbs. Stay here an extra breath. Just sink in. Let yourself sink and deepen. This is sort of the sustenance part, right? We stay. Stabilize. Then inhale. Straighten the legs. Come up and over. Exhale. Fold forward. Inhale. Halfway lift. Exhale, just gonna step right back with the right foot. Turn the back heel to the floor. Inhale, come on up halfway. So we're just gonna pause here with the arms down by our sides. And here you guys can get that squaring off of the hips, grounding of the outer edge of your back foot. Right? And then let the tail keep sinking as you rise up, bringing the arms up into full barrel one. And take an extra couple of breaths here. This is always a little challenging pose to hold, but if you let yourself find that sort of like sustaining energy right through the bones, the lines, feel the shape and the lines, and just let yourself be in the experience. Good, and then exhale. From here, we'll touch the floor. Go ahead and step up onto your left leg and roll your right leg internally. Bakasana. So you want to try to keep the hips level here, you guys. Yeah, good, Sarah. And you can either stay here if you want to challenge yourself a little more, hands to the heart or arms wide for the full airplane, Bakasana. You see where your edge is today and work that. Cultivate the resilience, the strength inside. Not just physically. Great. Exhale, hands to the floor. Go ahead and fold in for a breath or two. Good standing split. Hug the inner thighs. Fold in. Beautiful. And then exhale. We'll step all the way back. Bring the back knee to the floor. Hands up onto the thigh. Take a breather. You guys are doing good. It's going to take an extra breath here. Good, and then we'll inhale, reach the right arm up and open up the whole right waistline. Exhale, wrap the elbow, and then just take a pause here. So this is the moment where you can just pause and pull inside. These are the moments of taking that higher perspective and actually looking at how can I be empowered to shift my viewpoint, shift my perspective. Good. Recreate the way I'm seeing things. And you can do that in this moment. Maybe open your vision a little more. See if you can see a little more to the left. Look around. Great. And then exhale. Release the hands. Woo! We're going to take a slider back to down dog or half dog. Stretch it out. Breathe deeply. Great. And then we're going to step both feet up to the top of our mats again. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step the left leg back. Turn your back heel to the floor. So the back foot's about 45 degrees turned in. Come on up halfway. Yeah, and just make any adjustments you need to make here, right, with the hips. It's really that back thigh bone is turning in as the back foot grounds. Then you can sink more into the front leg, drop the tail, inhale, come on up. Arms reach overhead. Be more concerned with how your lower body is than your upper body. Eventually the spine will come more vertical. Breathe. Inhale. On the next exhale, bow forward. Hop up onto your right leg. Yeah. And then pause here. So just work the stability in your standing leg, right? Like a strong root, kind of like a tree trunk from the hip down into the foot, especially the heel. Yeah. And then you can kind of work the stabilization in the hips. And you check in with yourself. Is this your edge today? Or do I want to take it a little further? Hands to the heart or arms out wide. Just make that empowered choice for yourself. This whole age of Aquarius we're moving into is about moving out of the victim mentality into the empowerment. Taking responsibility, accountability in our lives. Inhale. Good, exhale, bend the knees, step all the way back, bring the back knee down to the floor. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale, wrap your elbow outside your knee, hands fold at your heart. Yeah. And breathe. So you can bring the back knee off the floor if you want to go a little deeper in this one. And work it. So we're simultaneously reaching through the back leg and reaching through the crown. That's what's bringing the length, extension. Deep breath in. Exhale, look to the right. Inhale, hands to the floor. Whew. Step it back and go ahead and, we did forget. I did forget folding forward if you want to do the standing split. That was a while ago. And you can come back to downward dog. Great. So if you need a sustaining breath, you're welcome to come into child's pose. I want you guys to really honor yourselves today. And at the same time, take yourself to the edge. So it's both and. And then inhale from here. We'll walk the feet together, left leg to the sky. So we can do a little core abdominal work. We're going to come into a half plank, squeeze the knee in towards the navel. Inhale, reach it back up. On the exhale, squeeze your knee towards the outside of the arm. Flex the foot, inhale. Exhale, cross it over. Last one, promise. Inhale, reach the leg up. Again, you can stay in downward dog or just take a breath or two and recharge. So another thing is sometimes we just need to recharge. This is a great time of year to be recharging our batteries. Right? Planting the seeds for spring. When spring emerges, which is not far off, when we come on up, inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, half plank, squeezing in. Inhale. Exhale. To the outside. Flex the foot a little. Inhale. Come on, you guys. Use that pulling into the core energetically. Inhale. Good. And then exhale, downward dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, lower all the way. And let's go ahead and stack the hands here. Rest the forehead. I just want you to take a few moments and feel. Yeah. Feel the energy that's being cultivated in your core. This is all about how we build that resilience to do our work in this day and age, in this time. And go ahead and just take another breath, 2 or 3. Great. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and reach back and interlace the hands behind the back for Shalabhasana. So once again, we'll come up into Shalabhasana just by simply burrowing the hips and moving from side to side, opening each shoulder as we move. And then we'll come into a full Shalabhasana, lifting, lengthening. And exhale, hands by the chest. Inhaling, come up into full cobra or upward dog, and exhale, lengthen back, downward dog. Great. Okay, so let's come down onto our knees. How are we doing out there? You guys good? Good, good? Okay. All right, let's come into boat pose. We're probably all dreaming about being in warm tropical water at this point in time. So let's just imagine we're getting onto our kayaks or whatever. Steph will be doing that soon probably. And we're gonna step into our boat and then sit back. So you can start in this pose a little more modified, which is with the knees bent, but you're still working that navel into spine and chest lifting. Palms can open up a little bit. So again, let your viewpoint get a little bit bigger here. You can actually imagine that you are in a boat, going out to see the whales or the dolphins. And you can go a little deeper if you like, stretching out the legs, toes are right about at eye level. And then work it, navel to spine, lift the heart, breathe, stay with that breath, the cyclical nature of breath. Good, bend the knees, and we're just gonna cross the legs, plant the hands, and lift your butt. So you can keep the feet down, just lift your butt, and then bring it back down, and we're gonna come back into our boats. And you take whatever modification you need. So if it's here with the hands hugging the knees, totally fine. Just honor yourself. Hands behind the legs. But sometimes we need to push it a little more. So you're the only one that can know what that edge is for you. Okay? And go into that full expression if you like. Take that shape. Beautiful. Breathe. Feel the energy at the core. Like a sun, radiant sun. Bend the knees. Good job. Plant the feet. Lift up your hips one more time. And then exhale. Great. We're going to make our way back onto our knees. And we're going to come back here into our half dog puppy pose. This time, see about maybe coming up onto the tips of the fingers. So lift the armpits. Roll the shoulders back and down and lengthen back through the hips. And stay with your breath. Nice, deep, long, extended breaths. Enjoy these moments of in-between. Great. Good. Okay, let's come back up onto all fours. Step the left foot forward. Okay. And then we'll come on up. So now we're going to inhale, take the right arm, reach it up. Exhale, wrap it around as much as you can. And you can actually use this left hand to kind of tuck the thigh and pull the belly through. Okay, a little manual adjustment. Yeah. Then hands come and fold at the heart. This is variation 1, so we've done this before. Variation 2 is to lift the back leg, if you want to come a little deeper. Variation 3 actually is going to be to reach back with your left hand and take a hold of your foot. So you're kind of in a twisted monkey here, but maybe a little bit deeper. So you decide, where's your edge? Breathe deeply. Yeah. Open up the back of the skull, last breath or two. Widen your viewpoint. See from the back of your head. Open it up. Exhale. Beautiful. Release. We'll come right into a half Hanuman. So we'll straighten out the front leg, dig the heel in. Slide your hips back so that they're underneath the back knee. And then take a big breath in, lift from the belly up to the chest. And then with that openness, we exhale, bow, breathe. Rest into the sensation. Come back to that beginning of the breath, middle of the breath, end of the breath. Notice the cascade, beginning of the out-breath, middle of the out-breath, end of the out-breath, grounding, releasing. 2 more breaths. What happens in the middle of the pose? We might meet the deeper edges of sensation. We might have a little breakthrough. And at the end, we release and inhale. Come back to a lunge. On the exhale, we're just going to slide right back. feel. Take a moment to feel. Good, then we'll step the right foot forward. And we'll come on up here. Great. Inhale, reach your left arm up. Exhale, wrap it around. And this time we're going to just take a little deeper variation. You can actually pull the navel up and over to the right. Move the thigh. Kind of manually work yourself a little bit deeper. And then either hands fold, or you can go a little deeper, play with the quad stretch. Wherever you are, work that cycle of breath. The in-breath brings more space, expansion on the inner body. The out-breath lengthens, releases, extends. And there's those spaces in between which are key. That's where we actually find the midline, the space between. Good, last breath, inhale. Exhale, look all the way to the right. Inhale, release. Great, you guys, half Hanuman. Straightening out that front leg. Dig the heel in with the in-breath. Lift the belly. Lift, lift, lift. Lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Go to that first layer and just wait. Don't be in a rush. And follow that next breath completely to the tail end. Inhaling, come back to a lunge, and on the exhale, we'll slide our way back. Yeah. And then let's come down onto our knees and onto our backs. We do a little bit of core work here. So we'll bend the knees, and we're going to basically do some poses that are going to help us move towards what's called Bakasana, the crow pose. So we may or may not get to the full pose, it doesn't matter. So what I want you to do is open up your knees, flex your feet a little bit, and then place your hands between your legs, and you're just going to pulse a little bit. Nice and slow. And the navel pulls back towards the spine as you pulse. Try not to use your neck at all. Use your navel, use your abdomen. Just a couple more. Great. And then inhale back down, and we're going to cross the right leg, right ankle over the left. Reach through and take a hold of either the back of the leg or the shin. Yeah, and just soften in. This is a little more of a yin pose, coming right from that more yang navel. Breathe. And just allow your ears to be open to the sound. Listen to the essence of the in-breath, the essence of the pause point, and then the whole journey to the exhalation is beautiful. Inhale, we'll switch sides, left ankle over the right thigh, reach through, take a hold of the back of the leg or the shin, and breathe. We'll take 5 long, extended Ujjayi breaths. So the pranayama that we're weaving through our practice is as important as the asana, as the physical maybe even more. Tip of the tongue resting on the roof of your mouth with a soft smile. So we weave peacefulness, serenity through each breath. Beautiful. Inhale, go ahead and release. We'll draw the knees into the chest. And we're going to roll a couple of times. Roll along the spine. Rolling up and down. And then come all the way up. And step back. Downward facing dog. Great. Okay, and then let's walk in towards the hands about halfway. So we're going to bend the knees and plant the hands here about shoulder width apart. And then place your knees right here on your or what are they called? Deltoids. No, I don't know. Anyway, you're going to place your knees on your arms. It's not coming to me right now.
Triceps.
Triceps, thank you. Stephanie. Good job. So knees come to the triceps. Okay, now this might be it for you today. That's okay. You're just going to work here on pulling into the belly, into the navel, energetically squeezing in, right? Maybe it's just here where you're up on your toes. Doesn't matter how far you go. And then those of you who know Bakasana, and you can set those knees on the triceps and then lean forward, lifting one foot, maybe one at a time, maybe both. If you do have both, you're going to squeeze in and up, straightening the arms, lift the chest, look forward, smile, and then come down. Good job. Great. So take a moment here in a squat, hands fold at your heart, and just close your eyes and notice what happened for you. Maybe you worked a little more of that core strengthening, pulling a little closer into your inner strength today. Just breathe into that. Yeah. And from the squat, we're going to come right up into standing forward bend, Uttanasana. Hold on to your elbows and hang forward. Yeah. Take a few breaths. Good job. Excellent. And then we're going to come down onto our backs. And if you have a block, you can have your block handy. It's not necessary, but so we'll lie back in with the knees bent in preparation for bridge pose. Okay. So leave the natural curves of your spine. So your cervical spine and your lumbar spine and your lower back, you actually want them to be curved up away from the floor. Okay. And you want to keep that as you go up. So we're not trying to flatten the spine out. So we'll keep the legs parallel. Inhale, lift the hips. Good. Interlace the hands behind the back. Walk your shoulders straight in. Yeah, and then once you feel aligned in your pose here, then you can start to go a little deeper maybe. Press the inner heels. And as you press the inner heels, lift the sacrum in and up. Thigh bones stay parallel, and actually the knees are moving away from the chest as the chest moves towards the chin. So you want to feel that nice bow, arc, bridge. Yeah, that equal balanced action. Smile. Listen. Here we're getting to the middle, couple more breaths. The middle is the place where we often kind of are sustaining things, maybe going a little deeper. And then we exhale slowly, rolling back out. Release, knees in, rest in towards each other. You can rest a hand to the belly and the heart. So always coming back to this place of kindness with self. Remembrance that we're all here actually learning. We are here in these bodies to learn and experience. We're not supposed to know everything. So don't be hard on yourself if it takes you a while to get something. So for this next one, you can, if you have a block, you can rest your hips on the block. And if not, you can always put the hips on the heels of the hands, like so. Okay. And then if you do have the block, you can lift the knees and come into Viparita Karani. This can also be done actually on a blanket or even just on the floor, which is nice. You can't do it on the heels of your hands very well. You could do one at a time. So you decide. This is just really a mild inversion. You can bring the block to any height. And this is just, these last few poses are really moments of completion. So coming to that end of our practice together. How do you want to finish? How do you want to complete? And sort of the integration piece as well. And then we'll bend the knees and slowly make your way back down. If you have the block, just lifting the block. Take a moment here, hands on the belly. And we'll finish with some Ujjayi breaths, pranayam. Relax the jaw. Feel that beginning, middle, end of your in-breath, that pause at the top. Beginning, middle, end of the out-breath, pause at the bottom. Such a powerful metaphor the breath is for our lives. If we can learn to follow the waves rather than get stuck in the in-breath, stuck in the out-breath, stuck in between. We start to realize that everything is cyclical. And all we can hope for in our lives is that with every cycle, we grow more, we expand more. We gain one more insight. And we look back in life realizing we have come a long way from the beginning. And when you're ready, you can go ahead and slowly stretch out the legs. And find your way into a comfortable resting pose for the next couple of minutes. So gathering any extra clothes or warmth or comforts. So let yourself rest back in the full surrender posture. So every experience we have in our lives can be an opportunity to heal, or they can take us down. It's a choice. Let yourself rest in that knowing. Take as much time as you need. If you need to stay longer, feel free. Otherwise, begin to deepen your breath. Start to slowly stir the fingers and the toes and the ankles and the wrists into a full body stretch. And then from there, bend your knees and roll to one side. Pause. Make your way up to a comfortable seat. Gently join your hands together at the center of the heart. Integrating all that work from the solar plexus, pulling it up to the heart and into the third eye. And we'll finish our practice with Om Shanti 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 He, sending out a big shout out of peace. Keep seeing the opportunity life gives us to grow ourselves, to know ourselves more and more, so that we can better serve others. Bring the thumbs to the third eye, and with a deep bow of gratitude, we fold in. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining this morning.